Welcome back to Get Fit, Get Strong. Did you know that you can be allergic or intolerant or sensitive to food and they're all different? Joining us today is holistic nutritionist, registered acupuncturist, and cookbook author Rita. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I think a lot of people have hear a lot about food sensitivity and allergies and stuff. Can you talk to us about the difference between the three?
Yeah, so most people recognize a food allergy, right? They have shellfish or peanuts, they react, maybe they can't breathe or they have hives or break out in a rash. That's sort of an immediate reaction. You kind of know what your allergies are. But a sensitivity, although it still involves an immune system reaction, it's called a delayed reaction. So someone could have a sensitivity to dairy, as an example, and not have a reaction for 2 or 3 days later. And the reactions are much different. So instead of having an immediate reaction like a rash or trouble breathing, it could be a migraine, or it could be joint pain, or
something less severe.
Right, where it might be considered a nuisance, but maybe not a direct connection to a food that you've been eating.
Yeah, because sometimes after 2 days, you won't relate back to what you ate before.
That's right, yeah.
And what about intolerance?
So an intolerance, it doesn't involve an immune reaction per se. Like I can't do blood work to test for an intolerance, but an example would be someone who's sensitive to lactose, which is the sugar in dairy products. So someone who has a lactose intolerance might have milk or cheese or even ice cream and end up with cramps. So they know they're reacting to it, but if they've done blood work, it'll probably say, no, there's nothing wrong with it. But it's not a sensitivity, it's not an allergy, it's just an intolerance. The body can't break it down properly.
Okay. So it's safe to say that if you're allergic or intolerant to something, you kind of know pretty much right away?
If you're allergic or intolerant, something's going to come up, you would know.
But if you're sensitive to food, it's a little bit harder to know.
Yes.
So I know that there are a few different ingredients that are more common.
Common, yes.
And you have actually a book that is based on that.
That's right.
So this is gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free. So basically just plant-based recipes.
Yeah, so this cookbook, I have another cookbook which is not plant-based. It still has chicken and eggs in here in the recipes, but this book is plant-based, meaning there's no animal products, there's no eggs, there's no dairy. The reason why this cookbook came along is because when I do actually test people, do blood work for people to find out what their sensitivities are, those are the top 3 foods that tend to come up. Not for every person, but maybe 9 out of 10 people, those are the top 3.
Okay, and that's why you created something that's more simple for people to...
Because if you think about it, a lot of our diet is gluten-based, right? You can't go to a restaurant and order a sandwich or a burger without having bread, which is gluten, right? So
it's getting a little bit better.
It's getting better, I have to say, but if someone is not in the holistic field or worries about their health all that much, and I say, oh, okay, now you got to get rid of gluten, you have to get rid of dairy, you have to get rid of eggs.
That's a lot.
People get lost, right? It's like, oh my God, I have no idea what to eat.
Yeah.
And that's really why the cookbook came about. It was just to help people, give them ideas that they can still eat a lot of food. It's just made with different ingredients.
Yeah. And when would you give someone sort of like recipes like this? Is it because when they think they have a sensitivity, or is it beneficial to anybody that...
So definitely if you know you have sensitivities, then that's perfect, because all the recipes in there will suit that person. But if someone is not really interested in spending the money just yet for blood work, and they're sort of guessing that maybe there's something wrong, they can try what's called an elimination diet. So you take particular foods out of the diet for a period of time. So someone who's doing an elimination diet could also benefit from the cookbook or recipes off the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to see if they take these things off, if it's...
Yeah, do their symptoms get better? And and the elimination is not for like a weekend. You have to do it like at least 30 days, if not longer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so just avoiding it for a little bit, a week or even 2 weeks, it's not enough. It's not enough time.
So at least 30 days.
At least, yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So I've been talking about these donuts and pancakes. Can you tell me a little bit more about them?
So these are actually 2 of the recipes from this particular cookbook.
Gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free.
And egg-free, that's right.
Okay.
So what do you want to start with?
Donuts.
Donuts, yes.
donuts.
Okay, so the donuts, they're really yummy. So these are gluten-free, like we said. So they're actually made with a combination of different flours, like rice flour, something called sorghum flour. There's a little bit of tapioca flour, so just different grains.
Okay.
And in this particular one, I actually added some pumpkin puree. We added cinnamon.
To give it some thickness.
Yes, yeah. And the problem with gluten-free products a lot of times is they fall apart. The gluten, when the gluten's gone, there's no elasticity.
Right.
So this actually turned out quite nice, this particular recipe. So it's a big hit for most of my clients.
And the pancakes is the same?
So pancakes are actually made from buckwheat.
Oh,
so
okay.
buckwheat, no eggs, but very
No
simple.
eggs.
Yeah, rice milk, buckwheat flour, a few extra ingredients, and
They smell delicious too.
they're really good.
That's
Most people won't
awesome.
know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more of these recipes amazing in this cookbook. Again, gluten, dairy, and egg free. If you feel like you're sensitive to food, maybe try it out. Remember, 30 days, not just a
That's
week or a
right.
few days. Thank you so much for all your
Thank you.
tips. And thank you to Andrew, the champ, for the Fighter Apps workout. That was amazing. And we will be back for next week. Until next time, stay fit, stay strong. Thank you, Rita. Can I just eat this?